Update. A day before my daughter's wedding, I said, I can't wait for you to get married tomorrow. My wife chuckled. What? The wedding happened yesterday. My daughter showed me her phone. There were photos of everyone there. My wife shrugged. Guess I forgot to tell you. Haha. I left them without a word. But they were the ones who regretted it. Part 2. I stared at my phone, my fingers numb from both the cold and the silent rage curling in my gut. No missed calls, no texts, no last-minute explanations. Nothing, not even a fake attempt to cover up what they had done. I exhaled slowly, watching my breath cloud in the winter air, and did something I never thought I'd do. I opened my banking app for the first time in decades. I looked at my finances not as a provider, not as a husband or father, but as a man who had been used, a man who had been nothing more than an ATM to his own family. There it was, every mortgage payment, every credit card bill, every check sent to Sophia, every monthly deposit into Deborah's personal account, all done by me for them. And they had the audacity to throw a wedding without me. I inhaled sharply, my fingers tightening around my phone. As I scrolled through my transactions, the wedding payments, every single venue deposit, catering expense, floral arrangement, dress fitting, and luxury honeymoon package had been covered by me. And yet they had looked me in the eye, laughed in my face, and acted like I was irrelevant. I had funded an event I wasn't even considered worthy enough to attend. My mind was running, piecing everything together, and with each realization, something inside me hardened. This wasn't just a moment of forgetfulness. This was accidental. This was calculated. I turned around and walked back toward the house, my steps slow, deliberate. I wasn't sure what I expected to find when I walked back inside. Maybe a sliver of remorse. Maybe even a half-hearted attempt at an apology. But when I stepped through the front door, all I heard was laughter. Deborah's light, careless chuckle, Sophia's amused giggle. I stopped just before entering the dining room, listening. Dad's going to be fine, Sophia was saying, her voice casual, unconcerned. He always gets over things. Exactly, Deborah agreed. You know how he is. He sulks for a while, then he moves on. I told you, honey, he wouldn't have fit in at the wedding anyway. It was elegant. You know how stiff he can be. My blood turned to ice. Elegant, stiff. I took a slow, measured breath and stepped into the room. The second they saw me, the conversation stopped. Sophia stiffened, her lips pressing together. Deborah looked up at me, her face smooth, unreadable. They weren't guilty. They were waiting for me to act the way they expected, angry at first, but eventually forgiving, because that's what I had always done. I let things go. I kept the peace. I swallowed my hurt, because I thought that's what family was supposed to do. Not this time. So I said, keeping my voice steady, you threw a wedding without me. Sophia sighed, already tired of the conversation she had barely participated in. Dad, please don't make this dramatic. I arched an eyebrow. Dramatic? I wasn't even invited to my own daughter's wedding. It wasn't like that. Deborah cut in smoothly. We just figured. No, I interrupted, my voice dangerously calm. You didn't forget you decided I didn't belong. No one spoke. I looked at Sophia. Do you have any idea what you've done? I asked. She shrugged. Dad, you're acting like we abandoned you. It was just a wedding. I'm still your daughter. You're still my father. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. I let those words sink in, the sheer audacity of them. They had excluded me, mocked me behind my back, used me, and still expected me to continue providing for them as if nothing had happened. I was done, completely, entirely done. Right, I said softly, stepping back from the table. Nothing changes. They didn't notice the shift in my tone. They didn't realize I had just made the biggest decision of my life. Deborah took a sip of her wine. Malcolm, don't be childish. You're making a big deal out of nothing. A big deal out of nothing, I repeated. Sophia rolled her eyes. Dad, come on, we had limited seats and Mom thought. I repeated, so you had no say in your own wedding guest list.